welcome back to my channel, fam bam. I just want to say thank you to every single person who's viewed, who has subscribed, who has shared, who has commented, who's just been amazing with the introductory video. The second thing I want to say is thank you to everyone who has taken the time to engage on the topic that we'll be discussing today, the toxic friend. It actually triggered me more than anything, this topic, but we're definitely going to dive into it. Before then, hope you're chilling somewhere very comfortable. I hope you've poured yourself a drink, and I hope you're ready to engage, right? I'm gonna just share with you what I'll be drinking
today. I'm having a dry red from Corp Cadet range. This particular bottle is the Cape blend, a blend of 4 grapes. So for the wine heads, it's Pinotage rounded off with Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc, and Merlot, all aged in oak. There's that oak, guys. To be honest, I didn't even know that these names were the names of grapes. So lesson 1 for me. I got my bottle from Woolworths for 119 Rand. So I don't know how every other place is pricing them. But if dry red is your thing and you want to try a new bottle, this is not an ad. We're just, figuring ourselves out. Here's Cape Blend.
You have seen what I'm having. You can share in the comment section what you had while we were having this chat today. And again, recommend what wines you would like to, me to try out. Give me the reason why you like your wine. Let me kind of figure out if I feel the same way. I chose to go with red today because of the intense conversation, and I feel like red Leona is intense by itself. So cheers, guys. Cheers to life. Cheers to healing, to happiness, and most importantly, cheers to peace. Cheers, fam. You know what I like about it? I like the fact that it's easy for me to drink this wine. It's not difficult, it's smooth, and I think a lot of Pinotage, a bit of Pinotage, because it has a bit like the biggest percentage is Pinotage. So I like the fact that it's very smooth. It's not like, as much as it's a dry red, it's not so heavy on the throat, Let me talk about toxic friend before Muto. I'm too excited to get red wine. So the toxic friend, I've decided to break up the toxic friend into three toxic friends. The first toxic friend is the all about me, self-centered toxic friend. I'm sure people's names are coming into your head now, like get traffic. And then the second toxic friend is the insecure toxic friend. Essentially, I feel like all of the toxic friends are insecure, but this one is got like a bad, like mean side to their insecurity. And then the last toxic friend is the overextender toxic friend. And I think maybe you have names maybe attached to each of those titles, and I'm just gonna give you story times from my peeps and then a story time for myself. This is not like signed in stone. Whatever I'm going to say is not the final word, or it's the do so and end all. It's definitely just my opinion. I'm venting with you. I'm being devil's advocate. I am really just triggering myself and you, and I hope we kind of just get somewhere, like at least if we crack open the question box in our head, that it's not just black and white when we label people. There's always more, and doesn't necessarily mean that because there's always more you should stay in a toxic friendship, but I think it gives you peace to know what exactly might be the problem and make your decision to leave peacefully, not with any anger, not with any hatred towards the person, but just you know what, Harry align. So you go your way and I'll go mine, and that's cool. Choose peace all the time. I'm always saying that, choose peace, guys. So I can't really see, ne? So people a young t-shirt for a while. The first one that I have here is, okay, I had a friend who always thinks that the best life only suits them and no one else. So that friend would fall in the bracket of all about me, the self-centered friend, I personally think. I don't know if you guys think different. Comment down below if you think different. And then the next person said that I was trying to become friends with this girl who was inconsistently giving me back mixed signals in terms of friendships. And so I took the mixed signals as a no, and I just kept it going. So firstly, I want to applaud you for keeping it going, because no one wants to stay in a situation where you're just continuously giving and giving and giving of yourself, and that person refuses to reciprocate like any effort. So good for you, kudos to you. That's definitely another form of the self-centered friend. They just, everything is about them, everything's about them. The next one that I have here says, I had a best friend who kept quiet about my boyfriend making moves on her. She thought it would be better that I stay in a relationship with someone who didn't love me. We eventually broke up and she came clean. She told me that she kept quiet because she actually liked his attention. So she had to dump her friend along with her man. I agree. Again, this is actually quite sad, because there's quite a lot of females who I personally feel go through this thing of their friend's man making moves on them, and you kind of caught in between the whole, should I tell my friend, shouldn't I? Your reasons for keeping quiet though should never be because you like your friend's man's attention. That rather borders in between the toxic friend who is self-centered and the toxic friend who is insecure. You chose yourself in the end, and you chose peace. Now you deserve it. I feel like people will always choose themselves in situations, and whatever benefits them. It's sad that some people will do it even if it hurts the other person, and I think toxic friends are unaware of who they are, and some of them who are extreme are so aware of who they are, but they continue being shitty anyway. Those people, I think everybody needs to stay away from. Like, I don't have time for you. Please don't come to me. Like, God, please don't allow it to happen. Like, I don't want someone who's fully aware of their toxicity and continues to like put it onto me and just become a messed up person. Like, can the messed up people go one side? Those people who are blind to themselves, sadly, are not blind to the people receiving them, and the people receiving them could give them feedback, but I just don't think they're ready to hear it. Some are, some aren't, but either way, as the person who is experiencing that behavior, choose peace. This one, I had a toxic friend who is here. Hold on, I had a toxic friend who is silently competing with me, continuously takes small jabs at my weak spots to remind me of my inadequacy in a particular area of my life. This one for me falls under the insecure friend. Oh my gosh. I feel like, who are you to continuously point out the flaws in other people because you are so insecure about seeing yourself as yourself? And I feel like that's why I name them as insecure, because they project available. So this one said, Over the years, I've lost friends, and it seemed like my toxic friends revealed themselves and exited my life. And how I knew that they were toxic was when I felt a sense of relief when they left, and I felt like I didn't have to tiptoe around them now to try and preserve their feelings, to try and not cause problems between the two of us, and just to try and keep the peace. And that's basically it, right? So if you keep tiptoeing around people, you keep holding yourself back from that person because that person just can't handle conversation J, and they always make it about them. I feel like it's always self-centered friends, toxic friends that are just a problem. The insecure friend who projects and becomes really mean is that friend who really, for me, I think it comes from just the lack of self-love, right? The lack of self-love and the lack of, wanting to know self. I feel like when you are always looking at others to try and point out what's wrong with them, it's because you're so insecure around the people that you're with, right? That you just want to validate your existence in that friendship by trying to find things that are wrong in your friendship. That then makes it worthy of you to kind of, you're now equal as people if you find something wrong in your friend. God forbid that your friends are friends with you because you're actually an amazing person. I think these toxic people don't even realize that part. Don't feel like you should be friends with people who you are extremely insecure about in a friendship. Like, why are you friends with them? Find your tribe where you're comfortable. Find yourself there, And I get it that they said, like, you need to surround yourself with people who are doing better than you so you can also excel. But I feel like you need to surround yourself with people who are doing better than you so you can excel when you're also healthy emotionally, because now you get to that circle with people that are doing better than you, and now you're trying to find problems instead of looking at that circle as motivation. You're now sitting there in that circle as like, yeah, Mara, as much as she's doing well, she doesn't have style. Why, baby girl, go fix yourself because you're missing the point. People that aren't ready to be in like proper friendships that are going to elevate them, please work on yourself first before uzifaka nama insecurities wako, because now you're going to project that onto other kids who are not there. Abekho lapho. They actually like you for you. They actually want to be your friend. They actually enjoy your conversation. They actually have found something in you that maybe you're overseeing. So my advice to that person who can see Uti, I'm in a great space with great people, but I'm out here always trying to figure something wrong. Please, it tells you a lot about what's wrong with you if you're always finding something wrong in situations. Go and figure out, why am I like this? Ask yourself these questions, like, why am I like this? Why am I whatever? The people experiencing this person, I say, choose peace. Listen, I'm going to say this a lot. Choose peace. And if peace is dropping your friend, drop your friend, hey? Drop your friend. Trust me, you're going to find people who love you for who you are, who are not continuously picking at your flaws. Right, and then the self-centered friend. I almost feel like these people know. They know what they're doing, self-centered friends. They all about themselves. Gori, you're crying, Guti, you're about to get retrenched. Your friend's like, oh my God, yeah, work is also just so bad for me. How did we move the conversation from me being retrenched to talking about you and your work? Like, here we go. Hey, we now have to tutuza you. Like, I can't be crying by myself. I can't have the attention because we are full now in. I have nothing good to say about these guys except, you know yourself, hey, you know what you're doing. I feel like you like the attention. Like the one person who said that their friend loved the attention from their boyfriend. You love the attention, which says a lot about the lack of attention that maybe in a certain period of your life you did not receive, that you will take any attention from anyone at the moment. I think a lot of healing needs to take place, and I also need people to understand that the world really does not revolve around you. Try put yourself aside for a moment and give yourself a chance to, get to know other people. The last one that we're going to talk about is the overextender. Ooh, overextend. I've been the overextender. I was an overextender in friendships. I was the girl who I would always be there for you, always available. Gore, I'll drop yonkinto for you. I'm always, literally, when the phone call away, if phone call away was a person, it was me. I was just really just present, and that kind of killed me as myself, like, and my personal life and my personal growth. It kind of delayed everything because I was so involved at trying to make my friends, the people in my life, so happy, that I was just that it grew to a point where I lost myself. I felt like I conformed to everything everyone needed at that particular time. And I feel like that's a toxic behavior in my toxicity, because what grew from that behavior was an entitlement thing, because I gave myself to people so much that I felt entitled to them giving themselves to me in the exact same level that I have given them. So I had a friend who I've given the world to, I've opened up my whole life to them, and there was just a point where I felt like I needed her to give me back that life. I needed her to love me the same way she loved me, that I loved her. I needed her to show up the same way I've showed up for her, and I never got it. When I realized there was a time where I need to stop showing up for this person so that person can grow for themselves, I lost the friendship, because I showed her something that wasn't what she knew for so many years. She knew me to always be there, to always have her back, to always like catch her when she's about to fall, but I just chose not to. One time I chose not to, and she left. Like, it was that easy for her to leave me, whereas it was kind of just like, it's always been difficult for me to walk away from her. Till this day, it's difficult for me to walk away, because in plain and simple English, it's because I still love her, I still care about her, I still want her to do well, but I think my toxic things, just, I had to deal with it by myself. And I feel like her exit was also my time to grow, because I learned to discover who I was, what I liked for myself, what I didn't like. But it took me a very long time, because I looked at her for a while and I was like, this person is living without me. And that's the expectation, entitlement part where it comes in. Like, entitled uthi, I really feel like this person should be living that life with me. Uze ublock umuntu, umute in social media because you do not like seeing them happy without you. How toxic, how flippin' toxic. Like, I don't know, like, you guys can judge me in the comments, but this is what I went through. I went through that part of like, how could she? And even now when I think about it, I'm like, you were that entitled to that girl's time, to that girl's life, and I put it on myself. I did it to me because I overextended myself to that person. I overplayed my role in that person's life. And I feel like when you do that, not only are you teaching the people who are receiving you that you'll always just be there for nonsense, but you're also just teaching yourself, like you're giving yourself this thing of, because I've given myself so much to this person owes me everything, and they owe you nothing. Let me tell you that. Overextending yourself to people owes you nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, I'm going to call her Kate. I love Kate. I love Kate so much. I don't think she knows how much I love her, but I love her so much. But time has changed so much. Like, I now know, Uti, I need to, love myself first before I love others, and I need to fill my own cup before I fill other people's cup, and that don't even owe me any explanation, although it would be nice. I always feel like friendships are so tough. I'm just gonna off-ramp a bit, but like, friendships aren't given the same engagement as romantic relationships. Like, we're okay with ghosting friends. We're good with ghosting the toxic friend. Nah, she's full of shit, I'm leaving. But if this toxic person was your man, you would have sent him 2 pages later. Like, your messages, Tsako notes, you write it out in notes first before you copy and paste it onto WhatsApp or onto iMessage or whatever, a text message. You write it down first, like, so that you can structure why you're breaking up with that person nicely in a message. And then you leave with your heart full. But your friend, you'll leave hanging. You will just be like, I'm keeping it moving, it's fine. I feel like we need to afford people, our friends, the same kind of action. Give them feedback, like, this is what you did wrong, and as much as I love you, I can't do it anymore. I'm not leaving with hatred or maliciousness. I'm leaving you with peace, because I understand that we've both tried, from your level of trying and my level of trying, and it's not working, right? And we keep it moving. Or your friend could be like, nah, girl, now that I know, let me fix things. And if you believe what she's saying about fixing, then you stick around and see. But I just feel like the same way you want people to give you a fight before you end a relationship, whatever relationship, platonic, romantic, you want people to fight for you. Give people the same. If you want people to fight for you, or at least tell you what you did wrong before they leave, give them the same thing. Blue ticking anyone, blocking anyone just out of the pink is not okay. It's not okay. If you've maybe given them feedback, guy 1, guy 2, and they're still not like, changing, then I totally get it. They know. It's not that they don't know. Then you keep it moving, man. Choose peace. So during that period of me being an overextender, I have lost a lot of friends. I definitely lost Kate. She has left the building. There's no love lost on my side. It is what it is, really. Kate's left the building. I left the building because you can't stay in a ring, boxing ring, if no one's willing to fight with you. So I left as well, and I think now, as I've grown up, I've kind of understood that Kate was the receiver. She loved receiving, and I was definitely the overextender. I enabled her to receive all those things and have the expectancy that the world does revolve around them. I enabled that. I made you believe it. And yeah, we need to start seeing both sides. Hey, like, people are very much reactive. We treat people the way they teach us to treat them. If you teach me to use you, it's not going to be difficult to use you. If you teach me boundaries, I will know your boundaries. Choose peace, guys. Be in friendships that bring you peace, that bring you calmness, that bring you growth, that bring you love and laughter and happiness and realness. Hey, and realness and healthy communication. I feel like choose those type of friendships, and we'll definitely be fine. I'm going to end off on a last note. I want to just thank you guys for listening. Red wine, the only reason why I don't like it, it makes you hot, guys. I think the kids have left the building. It makes you hot, like it makes you hot, like physically. I feel like, yeah. Give me more of your recommendations down in the comment section, or drop me a DM on my social media. But thank you so much for listening to Toxic Friend. Choose peace all the time. Thank you for pulling up a chair and pouring yourself something to drink. I love you, fam. Bye.